Money is a force in your life, and it is time you decided whether it works for you or against you. For too many folks, money is a source of constant stress, a persistent whisper of worry that keeps them up at night. It feels like a complicated game with rules they never learned, where they are always a few steps behind. But I am here to tell you that it does not have to be that way. You hold the power to change your financial reality, to take control of your dollars and cents, and to build a future marked by peace and dignity, not by fear and debt. The principles of handling money are not complex equations reserved for Wall Street wizards. They are simple, common-sense truths that anyone can learn and apply. It is a marathon built on small, consistent steps. It starts with a decision. Stop letting your money manage you. Start managing your money. Face the numbers, even if they are scary at first, and to create a plan. This is not about becoming a millionaire overnight. Build a foundation so strong that the storms of life can't wash you away. A job loss, a medical emergency, a broken down car. Gain options. Say yes to opportunities. Say no to situations that compromise your values. True financial wellness lets you live and give like no one else. Imagine life without car payments, without student loans, without credit card bills. A buffer between you and life's curveballs. This is not a fantasy, it's real for millions who followed a proven plan. They didn't win the lottery, they didn't inherit a fortune. They changed habits, one at a time. Live on a written budget. Get out of debt. Invest for the future. You can make that choice right now. The power to flip that switch is in your hands. 10 foundational principles will guide you. We'll break each into actionable steps. No confusing jargon. No get-rich-quick nonsense. Track your spending. Crush your debt. Save with purpose. Build a mindset that attracts success. Let me tell you about Maria. When I first met her, she was the picture of a stressed-out small business owner. She had poured her heart, soul, and every penny she had into opening a small bakery. The passion was there. You could see it in her eyes and taste it in her incredible pastries. But the financial side of her life was a mess. She was working 80-hour weeks, but it felt like she was just spinning her wheels. Money came in, money went out. At the end of the month, there was never anything left over. That is no way to live. Certainly no way to run a business. Instead, we focused on 3 incredibly small, manageable rules. First, save just 1 week's worth of personal living expenses. Not a huge 6-month emergency fund, just 1 week. Second, identify the smallest debt. Throw every extra dollar at it until it was gone. Third, commit to 1 piece of learning each week, reading 1 article or listening to 1 podcast about personal finance every single week. Tiny steps, almost laughably simple. But a start, actions she could control. A year later, she was a different person, the frantic energy replaced by quiet confidence. By focusing on tiny habits, she created a ripple effect. She saved that first week of expenses, then a full month. She paid off that first small debt. The weekly learning habit armed her with knowledge. The first and most foundational principle of taking control of your financial life is this: you must know where your money is going. Think of it like building a house. You wouldn't start putting up walls or choosing paint colors before you've poured a solid, stable foundation. Tracking your money is that foundation. Without it, any budget you create, any debt you try to pay off, or any investment you make will be built on shaky ground. This sounds painfully obvious, yet it is the one step that most people skip, often without even realizing it. They operate in a fog of financial ambiguity. It's the $5 coffee on the way to work, the streaming service you forgot you were subscribed to, the quick online purchase because it was on sale. Each transaction feels small, almost invisible. But these tiny leaks add up, and then you're left wondering why the ship is sinking before your next paycheck even arrives. Let's be clear, this is not a moral failing. It is a habit of avoidance. We avoid looking because we're afraid of what we might find. We fear the numbers will confirm our worst anxieties, that they will judge us. But this fear is a cage. It keeps you reacting to your finances instead of directing them. You cannot win a game if you do not know the score, and you cannot get your money to behave if you have no idea where it is disappearing. Tracking your spending is not about judgment or restriction. It is about awareness. It's about gathering intelligence. It is about shining a bright light into the dark corners of your finances to see what is really happening. This light doesn't just reveal numbers, it reveals patterns. It shows you your habits, your routines, and even your emotional triggers for spending. The process of tracking your money is an act of empowerment. It transforms that vague, free-floating anxiety into concrete, manageable data. It is you telling your money that you are in charge now. You are the CEO of your own life, and you're finally reviewing the financial reports. For many, the idea of writing down every single purchase feels overwhelming, tedious, and frankly, a bit of a drag. The mental resistance is real, but we are going to make it simple. We are not aiming for perfection. We are aiming for progress. Your mission, for just 1 month, is to document every dollar that leaves your hands. That's it. No judging, no changing your behavior just yet. Simply observe and record. You can use a simple notebook that you carry with you, a spreadsheet on your computer, or one of the many free apps available for your phone. Some people find the physical act of writing it down more impactful. Others prefer the convenience of an app that syncs with their bank accounts. The tool does not matter as much as the action itself. The goal is to build the muscle of awareness. Just start. Track that first coffee, that tank of gas, that grocery run. At the end of these 30 days, you won't just have a list of transactions. You will have the single most powerful tool for financial change: clarity. Every coffee, every grocery bill, every subscription, every gas fill-up. Write it down. Do not judge it, just record it. This 30-day diagnosis is the most important financial checkup you will ever perform. At the end of that 1 month, it is time for the reveal. Sit down with your list and a few highlighters. Go through and categorize your spending: housing and utilities, food, transportation, debt payments, miscellaneous, subscriptions, impulse buys. This is where the magic happens. You will see in black and white the small leaks that are sinking your financial ship. That daily $6 specialty coffee adds up to $180 a month. Those 3 streaming services you barely use are costing you $50. These are not huge expenses on their own, but together they represent hundreds of dollars that could be redirected toward your goals. Once you have this information, you are no longer operating on assumptions. You are operating on facts. This knowledge gives you the power to make intentional choices. You might decide the daily coffee is worth it, but you can cancel the streaming services. Or you might realize you could save a significant amount by packing your lunch a few days a week. The goal is not to cut out all the joy from your life. The goal is to align your spending with your values and your goals. This simple act of tracking is the first non-negotiable step to creating a budget that actually works, and it is the key that unlocks all the other principles of financial peace. Daily action. Tonight, before you go to bed, write down everything you spent today. That's it. Start the habit now. Momentum is the secret. One small win builds on another until you hardly recognize your old self. Life is unpredictable. That is not pessimism, it is reality. The car will break down. The air conditioner will quit in the middle of summer. Unexpected medical bills will show up in the mail. These are not if events, they are when events. An emergency fund is your financial fortress, a wall of cash between you and the chaos of life. When you have money set aside, a crisis does not have to become a catastrophe. You can handle the problem without reaching for a credit card, without taking out a high-interest loan, without derailing your entire financial plan. It turns a major disaster into a manageable inconvenience. The peace of mind this provides is priceless. Your first goal is a baby emergency fund. Your mission: save $1,000 as fast as you can. This is your immediate buffer, not long-term security. Pile up cash and get that $1,000 in the bank. Short-term sprint, not a long-term stroll. Sell stuff you do not need. Have a garage sale. Pick up extra hours at work. Deliver pizzas. Drive for a rideshare for a few weeks. Pause contributions to retirement. Stop eating out. Cancel subscriptions temporarily. And it must be in the bank, in a separate savings account. Easy to access, but not too easy. Label it emergency fund. Once you have the $1,000 saved, breathe easier. You have created a small but mighty shield. When the transmission goes out, pay the mechanic with cash and say, "That was an inconvenience." This fund is for emergencies only. A sale on shoes is not an emergency. A last-minute vacation is not an emergency. A true emergency is unexpected, necessary, urgent. Debt is the single greatest obstacle to building wealth. It is a thief that steals from your future. Every dollar you send to a credit card company or a lender is a dollar you cannot use to save for retirement, invest in your kids' college, build your own dream. Living with debt has become normalized in our culture. That is a lie. It is making the banks rich while it keeps you broke. Getting out of debt requires a radical shift in thinking. You have to get mad at it. Be ready to fight for your freedom. The most effective way to attack your debt is the debt snowball method. First, list all non-mortgage debts from smallest to largest. Forget about interest rates for a moment. Keep making minimum payments on everything. Then take every extra dollar and throw it at the smallest debt. Attack it with gazelle-like intensity until it's gone. That first victory is a powerful psychological boost, and roll it over to the next smallest debt. One of the most powerful shifts you can make in your financial life is moving from passive consumption to intentional living. It's a fundamental change in perspective. Passive consumption is the default mode for many of us. It's the mindless scrolling that leads to an impulse buy. The daily coffee purchased without a second thought. The subscription services that quietly drain our accounts each month. It's letting your money, and by extension your life, drift without a rudder. Intentional living, on the other hand, means you stop letting life just happen to you. You start making deliberate, conscious choices with your two most valuable and finite resources, your time and your money. The core principle is deceptively simple: spend less than you make. But within that simplicity lies a world of intention, and the tool to unlock it is a budget. Now, let's clear the air. A budget is not a straitjacket designed to keep you from having any fun. It's not about restriction, it's about permission. It's a permission slip you write to yourself to spend guilt-free on the things you've decided are important. It is you telling your money where to go instead of wondering where it went. The most effective way to do this is by creating a zero-based budget. The concept is straightforward. You take your total monthly income and you assign every single dollar to a specific job or category. You account for everything: giving, saving, housing, food, utilities, transportation, debt payments, and personal spending, until your income minus your outgo equals exactly zero. This process gives you absolute control and unparalleled clarity. For the first time, you might see the full, unfiltered picture of your financial habits. You might discover that you are spending far more on restaurants and takeout than you ever realized. Seeing that number in black and white isn't about shame, it's about awareness. The budget allows you to see this and make a conscious choice. You get to ask the powerful question: is this takeout worth more to me than my goal of being debt-free? Or saving for a down payment? Or finally taking that vacation? Now, managing your spending is one side of the equation. The other, often more powerful, lever you can pull is increasing your income. While cutting expenses has a limit, your potential to earn is theoretically limitless. This doesn't necessarily mean getting a second job. It could be negotiating a raise at your current one, turning a hobby into a small side business, or learning a new, high-value skill online. When you combine intentional spending with intentional earning, you create a powerful engine for building wealth and designing the life you truly want to live. In today's economy, relying on a single source of income is incredibly risky. This does not mean you have to go out and start a massive corporation. It can be as simple as turning a hobby into a small side business, doing freelance work in your field, taking on a part-time job for a season. Think about the skills you already have. Are you great at writing, graphic design, organizing? There are platforms where you can sell those services. Do you enjoy baking, woodworking, crafting? You can sell your products online or at local markets. Even an hour or two a day dedicated to a side income idea can generate an extra few $100s a month. That extra money, when thrown at your debt snowball, or into your investment accounts, can dramatically shorten your timeline to financial freedom. If you've followed the steps so far, you've built a strong financial foundation. Saving money is about defense. It's about building a fortress to protect you and your family from life's inevitable emergencies, ensuring a sudden storm doesn't wash away your progress. Now it's time to go on offense. Investing money is about offense. It is about making your money work for you, planting seeds that will grow into a mighty tree, so that one day you will not have to work for money. Once you have your fully funded emergency fund in place, and you are out of all consumer debt, it's time to unleash your income's full potential. This foundation is critical. It prevents you from ever having to raid your long-term investments to cover a short-term crisis, which can be devastating to your goals. This is where the real magic of compound growth comes into play. It's the process where your investment earnings begin to generate their own earnings. It's a financial snowball effect. What starts small gradually builds upon itself, gaining momentum and size over time. Your goal should be to consistently invest 15% of your gross household income for retirement. Why 15%? Because for the average household, this is the rate that builds a nest egg large enough to replace your income in retirement, allowing you to live comfortably. The best place to do this is in tax-advantaged retirement accounts, like a 401k or a Roth IRA. Tax-advantaged simply means the government gives you a tax break to encourage you to save for the future. If your employer offers a 401k match, contribute enough to get the full match first. That's free money. Then, focus on funding a Roth IRA. The key is to choose good growth stock mutual funds with a long history of solid returns. A mutual fund is simply a basket containing dozens or even hundreds of different stocks, which automatically diversifies your investment. To keep it simple, spread your investments evenly across 4 categories: growth and income, growth, aggressive growth, and international. This strategy balances risk and maximizes your potential for growth. The secret to winning with investing is not timing the market, it is time in the market. Don't try to predict the market's ups and downs. It's a fool's errand. The market is volatile day to day, but history has shown a consistent upward trend over the long term. By consistently investing the same amount every month, a strategy called dollar cost averaging, you automatically buy more shares when prices are low and fewer when they are high. This removes emotion from the equation and smooths out your purchase price over time. This isn't a get-rich-quick scheme, it's a get-rich-for-sure plan. By consistently investing 15% of your income over your working career, you will build a nest egg that allows you to retire with dignity, security, and peace, and even leave a legacy for your family. Daily action. If your employer offers a 401k with a match, log in today and make sure you are contributing enough to get the full match. It is free money. You have to ignore the noise and stay the course. Set up your automatic contributions and let the system work. Your investing journey is a marathon, not a sprint. You must have a long-term perspective. Building wealth is only 20% about the numbers and the mechanics. The other 80% is about your mindset and your behavior. You can have the best plan in the world, but if your mindset is not right, you will sabotage your own success. The first mental shift is moving from a mindset of scarcity to one of abundance. An abundance mindset understands that value can be created, opportunities are everywhere, and that your focus should be on growth and generosity, not fear and contraction. Another crucial mindset pillar is the embrace of delayed gratification. It is choosing to drive a paid-for used car so that you can become a millionaire in retirement. It is packing your lunch so you can pay off your house early. Furthermore, you must cultivate a habit of lifelong learning. Commit to reading books, listening to podcasts, following trustworthy financial leaders. Money is just a tool. It is a magnifying glass that makes you more of what you already are. When you link your financial goals to your deepest values, we have covered a lot of ground. Tracking your spending, building an emergency fund, attacking debt, investing for the future. Her incredible transformation did not happen overnight. It happened one small, intentional step at a time. The choice is yours, just one. This small act of commitment is you flipping the switch. Look back at the 10 principles and find the one that resonates with you the most right now. Pick one rule and do the small daily action associated with it. List your debts. Transfer $25 to a new savings account. Write down what you spent today. Cancel one subscription you do not use. Your future self is begging you to begin. Begin today.